Last session, you picked your way through a moss-slick cavern where the water ran black and stank of rot. Lizard folk lay in wait around a jut of stone 10 feet high. Artie closed first, fists ringing against scaled shoulders, and caught sight of a robed lizard behind the fight fumbling in the dark water. You warned the others as he heaved a chain, and the cave answered. A roaring wall of brackish water thundered in, the surface warping into a screaming feminine visage. You dug in, the surge sweeping you back and trying to leach the strength from your bones. Grathis shouted brace as the flood hit. You shook off the worst of it, though the water rose to your thighs and made every step a fight. Pressing on, you climbed a fungus-slick rise to a broad chamber. A towering lizard-folk champion, favoured of all Hydra, stepped forward with a cruel, double-headed flail, her warband fanning out with tridents and javelins. A human wizard stood lashed to a narrow stone pillar. Thick, rune-scarred manacles bound his wrists, and an oppressive hush pressed outward from him that snuffed spells, and even choked off your own enchantments when you drew close. The champion hissed for the warband to kill the enemy spellcaster. Javelins streaked for Esteban, who answered with a splintering bolt that cracked into a cultist, while Corvus briefly drank in a stray wisp of arcana. Magic missiles died mid-flight as they crossed the captive, proving the field real. You pivoted. Artie hurled himself at the pillar, wrenched it free with a brutal heave, and dragged the prisoner off as stone shattered. Grathis slid in behind him, tools flashing at the locks. The champion charged, flail hammering Artie to the floor in a ruthless blur, while tridents snapped at Grathis's head. One last turn of the picks, a breath held, and the manacles clicked open. The old man straightened with a weary calm. Time seemed to catch on his fingertips. The melee froze. 4 black rays streaked past, flesh withered from the warband, until skeletons stood rattling where lizard folk had been, and the champion was swept away by a single, disdainful wave. The Archmage Larlock revealed himself, knelt to mend Artie almost to whole, then bade you link hands. The world crushed inward and burst. An instant later you stood before his tower in Caspar. He pressed a deep green emerald into each of your palms, payment and promise both, and, tired and hungry, told you to come back tomorrow with your questions, leaving you with the stench of the black water still in your noses, and the cult of Olhydra very much on your minds.